Hi, everyone, and a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. I am Tony Abatey. Thanks again for joining us this evening here on Duckbait TV as we get set for tonight's action between the Fort Scott Lady Tigers and the Parsons Lady Vikings coming up here shortly. Fort Scott Lady Tigers got a win over the weekend in their tournament. They've got a couple of wins on this season. They're looking to get some more here this evening. They'll play Parsons first, and then Coffeyville coming up second. So we'll have both of those matches for you here on Duckbait TV. Thanks again for joining us tonight as we look for a fun evening of Fort Scott Lady Tiger volleyball. The three teams here tonight are all looking to get some wins in the win column so far this evening. I'm not looking at the league standings just yet, but I know Chanute is at the top of the league standings. Independence is as well. Pittsburgh is undefeated after winning their two matches on last week. Of course, one of those was against Fort Scott, the other against Labette County. And so we'll see here tonight if Fort Scott can get a couple of wins in that win column here this evening, as looked like they played a little bit better this last weekend in their tournament at Erie, and hopefully that will continue to go on here tonight. So we're just about ready to get things started here this evening as the Fort Scott Lady Tigers get set to take on the Parsons Lady Vikings here tonight. Looks like Fort Scott will once again go with Kendall Aiken, Avery Stewart, Rayleigh Cowan will be the libero. She'll be in the black jersey tonight for Fort Scott. Everybody else in red. Kinley Clements will also get the start along with Kylie Comstock and Dakota Hazelbaker all on the front row. Of course, Kendall and Avery will be on the back row. Allie Kalishaw also a starter, and then, of course, Rayleigh Cowan coming in as the libero sub to start things out here. First serve, Fort Scott, and we're underway. And the first point goes to Parsons. Parsons with a quick 1-0 lead. Fort Scott ready to try to return here. And off the Fort Scott block, as Fort Scott will keep it going. Back over to Parsons. They'll work it near side. Nice block try. Again, a great opportunity for Fort Scott here. Nice long rally. Parsons will go far side and get the kill. That was Ayanna Robertson. And the Lady Vikings lead this one 2-0. Fort Scott able to get it across the net here. Nice block from Hazelbaker and Comstock. And that'll give Fort Scott their first point of the evening. Fort Scott, long dig, but they set up Comstock. Now they'll get it back over to the far side. Comstock from the middle. Parsons able to keep it alive, block, and now it finds the inline. And Fort Scott will tie up this opening set here 2-all. Parsons goes right through the Fort Scott block that time to pick up another point. Lady Tigers will get a quick sub as that looks like Anna Farrington, a 5'4" junior, coming onto the floor for the Lady Tigers. She'll be on the back row, and this one's served into the net by Parsons. We'll tie this first set at 3 apiece. Back onto the floor, Ali Kalishaw. As Cowan goes back to serve. Long dig that time by Parsons. We got a whistle, and I think they're going to get a net violation on the Lady Tigers. Nope, they're going to... Yeah, they're going to call that violation on Fort Scott. So Parsons gets the point. It's now 4-3 Lady Vikings. One goes sideways. So 5-3 now. Long dig that time by Fort Scott, but get it across. Nice return here. They'll set up Kalishaw in the middle. Now they'll go back far side to Hazelbaker. Nice swing by Dakota. Back over to Parsons. Fort Scott comes near side with it. That time Stewart. And in swing a little bit long that time from Parsons. And it goes out of bounds. So Dakota will go back to serve now. As it is 5-4. That should be got 7-3 up on the scoreboard. I thought it was 5-5, but we'll go ahead and match their scoreboard as it's now 8-3. This is 8-3 Fort Scott. Lady Tigers will come near side. That one off the dig, but it's saved by Parsons for a moment, but they can't get it all the way returned. Yeah, now they're adjusting the scoreboard. Should be 7-5. And now timeout is going to be called. It will be 8-5. Get all that situated, and now Parsons calls their first timeout. So out of the first time out of the first set, Fort Scott with the serve. Dakota back there to do the honors. Parsons will work it over to the far side, swing it, and that one's in for the Vikings. So that'll make it 8-6. So Parsons back to serve once again. Near side it comes. That one swung a little bit too wide that time from Kendall. That'll get it back to within one at 8-7. Parsons serving again. Set Kalishaw in the middle. Nice swing by Alley. She'll smack that one in there, and Fort Scott gets another point. Another sub as Kinley Clements will come back to the front row for the Lady Tigers. Serve to the near side. Dug by Parsons. They'll go back far side. Nice little drop shot. Fort Scott almost got to it there. Great effort by Clemens, but couldn't get all the way underneath it. So the point goes back over to Parsons. 9-8. Fort Scott with the lead here in the opening frame. And another point for Parsons here. Nice job. Fort Scott working it to the near side, and another kill coming for Kinley Clements. And they'll serve a little low that time, so we're tied at 10. Here in the opening frame. Grayson Pitts onto the floor now for the Lady Tigers on the back row. Fort Scott works it near side. Get it over the net. Now back to Parsons along the back row. And they're going to give that one to Fort Scott. Like the ball got caught right in the net there. And Fort Scott able to take advantage. Now Kendall Aiken back to serve. Nice shot there by Parsons, and Fort Scott hits the antenna, so the point goes to the Lady Vikings. Like a little miscommunication that time from Fort Scott, so Parsons retakes the lead. It's now 12-8. Come near side to Hazelbaker, and Dakota fires that one a little bit too long. Long dig that time for Fort Scott. That sets up Parsons right along the front for the easy point. Looked like Chassie Baker with the kill that time for the Vikings. And another low serve that Fort Scott can't quite get to. I believe that's 6 points in a row now for Parsons, and Fort Scott's going to take a timeout. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. So out of the timeout, Parsons will serve. Fort Scott, nice job to set up Comstock. Parsons able to return, and now they get a back row attack that hits the net. So Fort Scott will take the point. And Clements will go back to serve. 5'9" sophomore for the Lady Tigers. Parsons works it near side, now to the middle. Nice dig by Clements, stays on her feet. Now they'll work it near side. Scott gets it over the net. Much higher roof here in Parsons than some of the gyms we've been in, and so see some of those higher digs work out better for the ladies here tonight. Another Parsons block there. Fort Scott able to get it across the net, but they call a double contact on the Lady Tigers. So the point goes to Parsons. 16-12. Lady Vikings lead here in the opening set. Back to serve again. And that serve was tough to handle for Fort Scott. Another low serve just over the net that Fort Scott can't get all the way around. Baker back to serve again. She's been tough on that service line so far tonight for Parsons. Another high dig for Fort Scott. They'll set the middle. Nice kill for the Lady Tigers. We'll see if they can get on a run here as they set Comstock that time in the middle. Now Allie Kalishaw back on the court for Fort Scott as Cowan will go back to serve. And serves a little bit too low that time. So 19-13. We've got a Parsons sub here real quick. Fort Scott, again with Hazel Baker, Stewart, and Kalishaw on the front row right now. Aiken, Cowan, and I believe that's Farrington on the back row. And they'll get it to Kalishaw, and she'll pick up the kill for Fort Scott there. So the Lady Tigers trying to work a comeback here in set number one. They lost a three-setter in SEK League play to Labette County last Tuesday night before losing in 2 sets to Pittsburgh to close out the evening. Parsons works it near side. Now to the back row. Fort Scott able to keep it alive. Now to Kalishaw, and that a little bit too much on that swing. So Parsons the first to 20 here in set number one. And they will send Lauren Forbes back to serve here. Fort Scott able to keep things alive, and then Parsons had to scramble a little bit, but they keep it alive as well. And then get a little bit too short with their shot right at the net. So Fort Scott able to take the point there. It's now 20-15. Service ace for the Fort Scott Lady Tigers. Kalishaw to serve again. Excuse me, that's Stewart serving. And Parsons couldn't return it. Got a little bit too far to the sideline here and couldn't get that angle back to the middle of the court. Parsons. Will get the point there. I think the whistle on the other court may have gone there, and that may have confused some people. It was an awkward looking shot there from Parsons, but it was only one hand, so it's hard to call it double contact when it's just one hand. We might have been looking for a lift, but it didn't come that way. Fort Scott gets the point back, though. So now 21-18, I believe. Now the officials are going to have a chat just to make sure they're on the right spot here. It's 21-18. Fort Scott will get the serve here. And Kalishaw will go back to do the honors. Fort Scott thought that was going to go a little bit wide, but it's kept in bounds there. I believe that was Baker once again with the kill. She's been tough to handle for Fort Scott. He tried to set up a block. She went over the block, and then Fort Scott thought that was going to be a little bit long in the corner, but it didn't end up going that way. Serve comes back. Nice kill there for Kylie Comstock. That'll get Fort Scott back to within 3 at 22-19. We've got another sub as Avery Stewart will check back in for the Lady Tigers. And Aiken back to serve. And that one blocked at the net, but couldn't close it off completely. Parsons gets the point. They're now 2 away from winning this first set. Nice block by Fort Scott. And then Parsons gets a lift there, so the Lady Tigers get to 20. We'll see if they can start a run here. Nice dig on the back row by Fort Scott. They'll come near side. And nice job again by Kylie Comstock. She'll get the kill for the Lady Tigers. That'll make it 23-21. And that one through the block and down, so Parsons will now have a set point. Hazel Baker tries the back corner, but it's dug by Parsons. And they'll go over the block and down, and that will be the finish here for set number 1. So Parsons wins the opening frame 25-21. We'll take a short break and come right back. This is Fort Scott Lady Tiger Volleyball on Duckbait TV. If you need residential, interior, or exterior painting done, or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help you with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. If you're in need of livestock risk protection, multi-peril crop insurance, or help with your pasture or private products, Caleb Simpson has you covered. Call or text Caleb with Twin Pine Solutions at 620-215-4144. So just about ready for the second set to start here at Parsons High School. Again, thanks for joining us on Duckbait TV tonight. Looks like the Lady Vikings will serve to start this second set here tonight. Again, Fort Scott needing to win the second one now to force a third. See if they can get that done here tonight. Set up. Comstock once again in the middle, and Kylie hits that one in there for Fort Scott. Set the middle. Nice block by Fort Scott. And they give the Lady Tigers the point. Actually, they say it did not get touched by the Lady Tiger block. So it'll be a 4-contact violation on Parsons. Another service return error there for Fort Scott, so now it's tied at 2 in set number 2. That one into the net, but Fort Scott able to keep it alive. They come near side, blocked at the net, a great block by Parsons, so they will take the lead now. And some miscommunication there for Fort Scott, so 4 straight Parsons points. Now sees them take a 4-2 lead here in set number 2. High dig, great job by Comstock to get that one, try to find the corner, but Parsons with the return. And they're going to say a double contact on Parsons. So Fort Scott will get the point here. Couldn't hear the whistle, really. that one served into the net. For Fort Scott trying that low-profile serve. Trying to get it over and create some problems on the other side for Parsons, but it didn't work out the way they had planned for Fort Scott that time. So 5-3 now. Lady Tigers trailing by 2 here in set number 2. Parsons goes to the back row. Fort Scott, can they get it across? Oh, just does miss getting over the net. Great effort from the Lady Tigers that time. Kylie Comstock just kind of had to do whatever she could to try to get it over the net and just did miss getting over. 6-3, Parsons now on top. And Fort Scott, another little confusion on the back end there. Parsons has scored 7 of the last 8 points. The Lady Tigers had a 2-0 lead to start this frame. Parsons able to get, Fort Scott couldn't quite get it underneath the dig that time, and all of a sudden it's 8-3 Parsons here in set number 2. And the Lady Tigers are going to take a timeout. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. Out of the timeout, Parsons with the serve. Over to Comstock, she'll get it over for Fort Scott. Now back around, trying to set up the block. It's a long dig that time, and then go out of bounds off of Fort Scott on the back row that time. Another long dig for Fort Scott. Able to settle it down and get it over the net. The outside hitters for Parsons. Not sure if they're just putting a lot of spin on it or what, but they're definitely giving Fort Scott some problems in the dig category. Don't have the live stats or anything, but I'm sure the hitting percentage is not very good for Fort Scott right now. Comstock able to come back and get a point there. Now it's 10-4. Fort Scott able to keep it alive, get it over the net. Now back around near side. Great dig that time from Cowan. Fort Scott, oh, now nice job to get that one over. And then that one's hit into the net by Parsons over on the far side. So the Lady Tigers just, sometimes that's all you got to do, just keep it alive. And it works out for Fort Scott, back to within 5 at 10-5. That one got over the net. Nice job. Been a little bit lower than Rayleigh had wanted it there, but it works out for a Fort Scott point. Now 3 straight Lady Tiger points here. Parsons goes far side. Fort Scott able to get underneath it. Work it back to the near side. Blocked at the net, but not back over the net. Now 4 straight points for the Lady Tigers, back to within 3. Again, they lost the first set, as you can see on your scoreboard there, so they need to win this second one to force a third. Parsons comes back near side. That was a miss hit. So the Lady Tigers, I think after their timeout, Parsons got the very first point after that timeout, but ever since, Fort Scott has gotten every single point. Callan to serve again. And that one is a little bit too long. Shouldn't have talked about the streak that much. Jinxed him a little bit. Another Parsons point there. Back out to a 4-point lead for the Lady Vikings. And that one hit just a little bit too low that time. Couldn't quite get it over the net for Fort Scott. So now 3 straight Parsons points. Now 5 straight Parsons points, and Fort Scott will take their second timeout here of set number 2. Need a full mani-pedi before big weekend plans? Or maybe you want some special nail art to celebrate your favorite singer's football-playing boyfriend? Either way, Delyn Beatty is ready to help. Nails by Delyn is on all the socials, and you can call or text at 620-704-1315. Nails by Delyn at Spoiled Brat on 3rd Street in downtown Fort Scott. So after the timeout, Parsons back out there. Nice dig that time by the Lady Tigers. They'll set up Kalashaw in the middle. Parsons able to keep it alive. They'll go far side with it. Now a miss hit into the net that time by Ajana White. And now we'll see if Fort Scott can go on a little bit of a run. They get another point here. That'll go down as a service ace, I believe, for Fort Scott. And Dakota Hazelbaker. Go far side. And Wyatt will get the kill for Parsons that time. 16-10. Lady Vikings with the lead. Just over the net. Fort Scott able to return it, though. And he'll get the point. Nice kill from, I believe that was Kalashaw who will pick that up. And Avery Stewart back to serve again for the Lady Tigers. Nice block attempt. Fort Scott, ooh, they keep it alive. Can they get it over? It does. And Parsons will get the point. Looked like the JV ball came through the back of the varsity court there for a moment. I thought they might stop it in the middle, but they were able to keep going. Hopefully that didn't distract Fort Scott too much. I don't know that it did, but And that one finds the back corner in. So 17-12. Off the Fort Scott block, dug by the back row, though. They'll keep it alive. Nice job, as it was blocked at the net there, so Fort Scott got their touches reset. A nice little drop shot again by Parsons. And another block, good block by Parsons. Now 19-12. And a long dig. That time sets up the Viking front row. And now they lead it 20-12 here in set number 2. And a good block from the Lady Tigers. So Kendall Aiken back to serve again for Fort Scott. And set near side by Parsons. And that one served into the net by the Lady Vikings, so Fort Scott gets the point back. And we've got a whistle to stop as one of the flag officials trying to get the up officials' attention for something. And I think we're just going to replay that point. Still Fort Scott serve. But blocked out of bounds by Fort Scott. So Parsons now 22-14 here in set number 2. And it is continuing to be a tough night here for the Lady Tigers. 23-14 here in set 2. Service ace for Rayleigh Cowan. Trying to go to the far side again and just not quite as tall as she needed it to be. So now match point coming up for Parsons. Scott sets up Kalashaw. Parsons able to return it, and then Fort Scott can't quite get around it and will end up losing this second set as well, 25-16 after losing the first one 25-21. So tough luck here for the Lady Tigers as they fall in match one to Parsons here this evening. We're going to go ahead and stop the broadcast here and then reset things and get it ready for the second match between Fort Scott and Coffeyville coming up in just a few minutes. So don't go too far. Like I said, we're going to stop the broadcast and restart with our second match here tonight. So if you are watching on Duckbait TV and you want to continue watching, just reset or refresh your device in just a few minutes. We should have things set up and ready to go for the second match here in just a little bit between Fort Scott and Coffeyville. Thanks again for joining us here on Duckbait TV. We'll take a break and come back in just a little bit with the second match of the night.